Hello, I'm Zorab and this is Byther Farm. Yesterday after the live chat, the day didn't quite go as I expected it to. Far from it. After we'd finished chatting, I went to the living room, did a little bit of editing, cooked a meal, and then came out to top up the birds' water and food. It was incredibly hot yesterday, and so it was the third water top up of the day. And the turkeys were making a load of noise, and it was a noise I didn't really recognise. It was quite a panicked sound. So I had a really good look, counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, that's fine. No, actually we've got 6, so looked around for the 6th, and she was down underneath the house, which is raised, so she was in the shade. But I couldn't see her eating or drinking or anything, so I thought she's just resting. When I got there, she was far from resting. She was in a bad way. She'd collapsed, and I'm assuming it was from the heat, so that there were no other signs of illness. So I took her into the house to try and cool her down and offered her some water, which she wasn't interested in. I didn't want to damage her by trying to force her to drink, so I dipped her beak into water time and time again, but she wasn't interested in it at all. And she was just listless, and there was just nothing. So I didn't know what to do. I dipped her feet into cool water to see if that would help cool her down, revitalise her, but within about 5 minutes of finding her, she died. So no matter how much I like this heat and the warmth and the bright lights, it's really taking its toll on our birds. This is the 6th bird we've lost to heat this summer. No other signs of illness, just on very, very hot days they're not making it. And I provided masses of shade. There are plenty of shady spots. There is always loads of water to drink. And I'm not sure there's anything else that I can provide for them that's going to make a difference. And far from putting me off having turkeys, it's actually made me want to raise more of them next year. I really like them. I like their very gentle personalities. I like that actually they seem quite laid back, unlike the chickens, which are far from laid back. You know, the ducks have their moments of being noisy, but generally they're laid back too, and I think I quite like laid back livestock. In yesterday's video, I had a bit of a grizzle, but I was saying there were very few flowers out here to be able to film, and how much I like being able to include flora that's on our homestead in these videos. And I've come out this morning and I've had a really good look around, and of course we've got flowers. Of course we have. And so here's a floral montage. For the last few days, a couple of chickens and 2 or 3 turkeys have been getting out of Big White's field on a regular basis, and we had thought they were going up and over where the very covered area is. So this morning I tied down all the netting, the green netting over the top of it to make sure that they couldn't fly out. And then this afternoon, yet again, some birds are out. Yeah, one lost little boy. There you go. Come on, sweetie. Good boy. Come on, then. You're not supposed to go past the entrance, darling. And off he goes again. So I need to get a stick to support. Yeah. But it looks like they are walking up the fence. One of the bamboo canes looks like it's snapped into the ground, because all our fencing is just, well, it's there with a wish and a prayer really. So it looks like it has snapped and bent over, so which allows them just to walk up the netting and out into the food forest. Which kind of is not a problem, except, you know, they can be incredibly destructive out here. They can be brilliant because they'll get loads of bugs and keep down the grass and other weeds, but that also gives them access to the annual vegetable garden, and I don't really want them in there having an all-you-can-eat style buffet. So I found a pole with a Y-shaped piece in it and put that up against the bamboo cane. Sorry, the farmer's cutting hay in the field, which is brilliant because that will give him better hay stocks for the winter, but obviously it's quite noisy. Anyway, the pole that I've found is too long and is overhanging the fence, which means that the birds can jump up onto that and still get out. So Mr. J has brought over the jigsaw just to trim that off as close to the bamboo as possible, so there isn't a bit for the birds to jump onto. So that's the turkeys back in their field. We've given them some more food and some more fresh water, and they seem quite happy. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up or a comment, or both. Share it on social media, tell your friends about it, and if you haven't done so already, please consider subscribing to the channel. And so, wherever you are in the world and whatever you've got planned for today, I hope it's a good one, and I also hope you'll join me again tomorrow.